Hi, good
Hi,
morning.
hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so any doubt in previous class?
Um, Actually,
No.
I Kanchan, what is target group?
Mm-hmm. Okay, any other?
No.
Okay. See, yesterday I told you that we have a lot of machines here, right?
Yes.
Right? And which attach behind the load balancer here,
Yes.
like that. So, target group is nothing but the group of instances which combine together and attach behind this, right? So when we go here in the console, what we have done, we created a target group, right? Under this we have attached two machines. So it's just simply a term where we are only combining our targets together, where load balancer needs to distribute the load.
Okay. Got
Okay, you can
it.
put one machine also, or hundreds of the machine also, depends on your requirement. So this is the
Mhm.
target group, the
Yeah.
target which is been targeting by the load balancer, the group of those machines. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other doubt? Just meet.
No.
So today we are going to see the listeners rules. Target and target groups we have seen, right? So we will move forward now. Listeners and listeners groups are nothing but it's just a additional functionality which is being provided by the load balancer. So I'm quickly going to create application load balancer here.
How we will delete the security groups, which is always going to create on the backend?
Here, okay, you want to delete?
Okay.
Just go to this screen left side panel. Under this you will
Yeah.
get the option security group,
Yeah, I just saw that. And
and
I
under
selected this
that,
one, but I didn't find any option.
like for example, see default. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to delete default, I want to delete this demo sg. Just click action and delete security group.
Okay.
Delete. Understood? It will go
Yeah.
here. Okay.
It's like deleting instances.
No, it's like deleted. See, security group is deleted.
Okay. I was trying to delete the default one. I don't think so. We can delete the default one.
You can delete, but the if that security group is attached with any of the machine, you won't be able to delete it
Oh,
until
okay.
and yeah. So until and unless you need to remove all the dependencies before deleting.
Okay.
Okay? So I don't want to attach that. Okay, let me create a one target group. I'm not attaching any machine right now because yesterday we have seen how that goes. So just demo tg, next, no machine, and create target group. Okay, so see, under this load balancer, what we are going to see under this listener, what is the meaning of listener in general English term? What is the meaning of listener? Someone who can hear, right? Who can listen what we are talking, like I am talking, you are listening me. So this is the meaning of listener or listening, right? Same concept is applied here. Load balancer will listen either port 80 or 443. Which load balancer? Application load balancer, ALB, because that is for the application purpose, right? If you will go and see this HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, now in network load balancer, it's having power of TCP, UDP and TLS. So it will listen these ports. So right now we are going to work on 80 and 443. So see, right now HTTP is listening and moving forward the traffic towards this target group. Now I want to add, suppose I want to add one more port and I want to redirect that port towards any of the response. Let me go and edit that first, the existing one. See, we have this existing one. Just go and click on this. You will see, and click on edit. Port number 80 is redirecting towards this target group. Okay, I don't want I okay, and instead of that, 1 minute. Yes, I don't want to target to any of the target group, as we don't have any of the machines available. So instead of forwarding, I'm redirecting, and for example, I want, instead of port 80, I want port 81 for example, and I want to get the custom response, not that one. Where is that? I want to get the return fix response. Yeah, this one. Okay, great. So see, let me again revise what I am trying to achieve and what I wanted to tell you. See, port number 80 is redirecting towards the target group. This one. Let me explain here. Suppose someone is coming with the request of port number 80 and I want to redirect only towards these. See, so we have a load balancer and we have a two target group. For example, target group 1 and the target group 2. Okay. Now I want, whenever people will enter from port number 80, they should redirect it towards this target group. And whenever someone will enter with port number 81, it's not always, see, 443 and 80 is the kind of HTTP and HTTPS response which is only been mapped towards application load balancer. But internally we can redirect the ports also. So for port number 81, I want to go with this target group. So the same thing we can perform here. Whenever listener port is 80, I want to forward that to demo TG. Like for example, I can go and create another target group. Let me quickly go and create for you. And let me edit, and let's just put someone, if someone is coming from 443, just redirect them demo 2 instead of any other. I can attach two target groups also, but I want to attach only one. So yeah, see, but the problem is I need to attach the ACM. ACM is nothing but the certification. For locking this, we need a SSL certificate. Okay, that SSL certificate we need to purchase, and then only we can attach. So that ACM is the service which is being provided by AWS, application certificate manager, which will give you the SSL and TSL certification. But right now we don't have, and we will see that demo when we will learn that part. So I'm just, that's why I'm not creating any of the certification or that part here. Just leave this. I have another way to explain you this demo. Is just go to edit. Instead of forwarding, I am taking the response. So I can return the fixed response, and I want response, for example, 200. So I will type port 80 response. Okay, and save. I can go and create one more rule here. Action, demo. Yeah, inside this I want to add the listener. I want port number 80 to response me the same 200 response, but that has to be a port 81. Okay, add. Simple. So let's just quickly go with the DNS, copy that DNS and paste it over here, and type. See, for port number 80, no need to type a port specifically, because by default HTTP port is port number 80 only. But for port 81, see port 81 response. And if you will type some other port like 8180, see, that site is not reachable. So the you can also map your website with according to the port also. Now how this mapping will be done? For example, you have a two website, right? For example, we have, see, amazon.in we have, and amazon.com we have, right? So what I can do, I can design a target group with the listener port like this is just a hypothetical example I am giving, and I can redirect this to 80 and this to 81, and right. So the domain, the DNS will be there. DNS is the load balancer DNS, right? And here also the DNS load balancer, same load balancer DNS will be there, because we have one load balancer here which will redirecting the traffic. What we can do, if someone will enter this, I want they should move on this target group. So for that, what I will do, I will map this .com port with port number 80 DNS. There is a service called route 53 which will help me to map the DNS. What I can do here, I can map DNS with port number 81 to .com. So if someone will enter aws.com into the browser, they will be redirected towards this target group and they will get the response accordingly. And whenever someone will enter amazon.in, they will get the response according to this target group where my website is running. Understood this part?
Yes.
What I have done here, right? Jasmeet?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So
So
basically, we are
basically, we are
creating two
creating two
target groups
target
there.
groups
For
there.
one
Right.
is
One is
for
for
uh,
in
.in and one is for .com, and
Yes.
load balancer will go according to that target
Yes.
group which we will
Yes.
gonna map it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. So here I have targeted with the help of port, like we have listened the port and we have done the everything related with the ports. So let me bring this at
Uh,
normal.
that side which you just gave us demo with 81 port and it was showing port 81. It is a by default page or did you create that?
I just simply type that response here. Default page, like I
Okay.
can add one more also. See, add listener under 82 port. I can return the response like 200 response. See, what is the these response? 2xx, 4xx, 5xx. They are just nothing but like HTTP response code.
Like an error code or something like that?
This is
No.
like a HTTP error code only, like one access
Like we have
error.
401, sometimes we get like
Yes, yes, yes,
error
yes. That's what.
401.
Yeah. So there are
Okay.
five types or six types of responses we will get in HTTP. One axis is like a informational response. Two axis is like a success response. Always whenever you will get the 200 response, it's a
Okay.
two success response. 3 axis is like a redirection response. 4 axis is the client error response. 5 axis is like a server error response. So if something goes wrong at the client end means like a website end, where if that error is related with your application, so you will get 401, 402, 403, 404 kind of error. So you need to go and check in the application site. If you are getting a response like a 501, 500, 502 like that, so you need to go and check your infrastructure server side response. And if you are getting a okay response, green response, that is a 200, that is a success response from the HTTP. Okay, sometimes if you have seen that there are error like a 403 forbidden, so that is like you are not you have a permission but you are not having access to that particular application. 401 is like completely unauthorized access. Unauthorized is like you don't have permission at all to enter in that website. 401 is like a bad request. 404 is not found. That website or URL which you are trying to search is not available. So with this you will understand that what type of error is this and where you need to go and debug. Okay, and every response you will get here only. So same way I am just only giving this here, and the response, let's just try what happened with the 403, right? 403, but right now I guess it will not give proper response the way I want, because we need to map it. But let's just try this. I don't know. Let's just try with 82 what response I will get. I will just only get text, I guess. 82 is there, right? Not found. Yeah, it will only give the response. I need to map that proper with the API and all those things. So right now it's just only giving me the response, whatever response I am talking. Okay, only with the response code. So yeah, this is about the listeners. Now go with the rule. Add listener. No, I want to cancel that. Now let's just go and delete this. Delete. Oops. How to delete that? Yeah, delete listeners. Confirm. Okay, and under this I just want to be in the normal way, the way it was earlier. Remove. I want to forward everything to target. Okay, that's it. Save the changes here. Okay, I can edit, like for example if you are coming with port number 81, I can redirect it to demo tg also. Save. So it will redirect. So if you will go and see the listeners, okay, you can have only one listener for that particular port. Okay, great. Let's just go. Okay, I edited that existing one only, that's the problem. I can add one more listener also here with add listener, and under this we can go and add port number 81 with I want to forward to demo 2 and add. See, like this. Whenever this request will come from port 80, just go to this target group, and port number 81, just go to this target group. You can go and do the practical by your end. Just create one machine inside these two target group, right? And just give some customized web page like a port number 81 response and port number 80 response, and attach those machine behind this, and try to run this DNS with the port number 80 and 81. You will get the response accordingly. Let me give you one small project. You just go and try to create practically. See, go and create one machine here and here. Okay, two machines. create one load balancer. Okay, create one listener. What you need to do, you need to create one load balancer. Under this, create two target group, tg1, tg2. Under this, create one machine. Here also, just create two machines. They are in the instance stage, and attach one machine here, another one here, and create one custom web page like response 80 port 80, right? So that you can easily identify that from where you are getting this response 80, or you can type response 81 here. Okay, so after that, what you need to do, you need to create two listener rules under this load balancer. Okay, listener. Okay, under one http 80, you need to forward the request to this target group, that is tg1, and in same way you need to go and create one more http 81, and under that, this is I'm talking about listeners. Okay, these are the listeners, this one and this one are the listener under one load balancer. Okay, and then go and forward that to target group 2, this one, and go and run the DNS first with DNS 80 port, or normal, if you will put only DNS to the browser, it will take port 80 only, and second time just click on DNS and then 81, and see whether you are getting a response this or not. Understood? Any doubt in this particular project or the lab?
No.
Yes, just perform it
No.
today only and try it. We will see tomorrow whether you are able to perform it successfully or not. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is about the listeners. Let's just understand rules. Now, what is the meaning of rules? Under each listener, you can have a rule also. Now, what is the purpose of rules is, it's like, for example, we have a website, okay? Under this website, we are getting a normal first web page. But there might be a chances, if you will go and see, if you have seen some, see here only, if you will go and see, we have a this URL. When I am going to select the sub URL as a EC2, I am getting the EC2 response. If I will go and see the for example, go and see, let me see, S3. See, I will get the S3 sub URL, right? I'm getting a different URL, different part. I'm just redirecting to the different page. So we can also do that. For example, instead of port 80, whenever someone will go and enter with the port 80, they will be getting the home page response. But there are people who know that if I will type the URL with login /login, so I will get the login page response directly. So that kind of rules also you can create. Under this, you can go and create a rule, manage rule. Under manage rule, what you can do, you can go and edit the rule, or add rule, sorry, add rule. Under insert rule, I can go and add the condition. I want for example, host header. Let's try that. We need to go and check the DNS, copy DNS, and under this DNS I will type that. I need to give that in the star, complete DNS. Okay, I want to perform the action. I want return response, that is 200, and like host response. Okay, response, okay, of this, let's just type custom page or something. Okay, and save this. let's see. So I can go directly and type that host here. Let's see what response I am getting. Okay, service is temporary unavailable. Okay, why?
You have to put star, I guess. You didn't put the star at the end.
It's
It's
there
not
only.
selected. It's not
It's
selected on that part.
okay,
503.
okay, okay. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not sure. No, 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 no. This is not the way to do. Edit. No, this is something else. How to edit that? Host header is this only, and return response I want this. So host header I will copy and update, and let me just go and delete this. Maybe this is also creating a problem, so I don't want. Let it be. It has to be there. Return response I want. Let me go and type that. Yeah, the problem was star, that is not required. See, so what I can do, I can customize my URL. You can customize your host URL with this, right? But this is like a host you are customizing. But there is one more thing which I wanted to show you is I want to delete this and I want a path level access. Like for example, under path, for example, if I have typed login, so I should get the return response, that is, let's 200. Instead of return response, you can add forward or redirect the request. Forward is something you need to select your target group which is having a login page, and redirect is something you are redirecting from http to https or some other port. But right now we don't have any that fancy lab available, so I'm just only showing you that how response will come. So 200, and this is login page. Okay, just go and save. Okay, yeah, update. I want one more rule to be added, and the path I want is log out. I want to get the response related with 100, and I want to see log out page. Great. Now just simply go and copy the DNS. Where is that? DNS, and type here and slash login. Okay, no problem. Manage rule under this. What's wrong? Should I type login.html? Let's just try login.html. Date. This is what I don't like. Let's just put that in the star, maybe. Is or yeah, login page only I want. Update now. Okay, right now it's not taking. I don't know why. I'll see that. Okay, leave that part for as of now. I'll debug and I'll update you that what was the exact problem. Okay, So I'll show that rule part tomorrow on this till here. Okay, but before that, do you have any doubt except
No.
two section? Okay, so we are done with listener, target group, and targets. Only rules is pending. So I'll type that here, remarks, rules is pending. I'll update that. Okay. Now, uh, one more thing I want to share is these two, which is very important. Now, what is the meaning? It's not always required to do everything practically, but sometimes you need to understand what exactly the term means, right? So, we have a load balancer here, right? This is the load balancer. Under this load balancer, we have two availability zones available, or let's say three availability zones. So what is the functionality of load balancer? The functionality of load balancer is to distribute the load among all the availability zones available, or you have attached it behind the load balancer. So you have attached it three availability zone, right? So the responsibility of load balancer is to distribute the load equally. Like if 100% load is coming, so it will distribute 33.33% among these three availability zones, right? Like 1, 2 and 3 in a round robin fashion. But inside each availability zone, like 1A, 1B and 1C, you have two machines available. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, right? So it's quite easy and understanding that the all the availability zone and all the machines will get the equal load, but there might be a chances your system or your infrastructure is not balanced, and you have six machines in availability zone 1B. You have a six machine, but as a functionality of load balancer, you only distributing 33.33% of the load in all the three availability zones. So here in this availability zone, you have two machine to process this 33.33% of the load. You, and here in 1B you have a six machine to perform this much of the load. So this particular availability zone is having more resources as compared to this and this. So this is not the best way to manage the load. Either thing you can do is move one machine here, one machine here, still you will have three machines here and one extra. Again there will that is not the balanced infrastructure, and it is not good to move one machine from one availability zone to another one availability zone. So load balancer is having one functionality that is known as cross zone load balancing. Now, what is the meaning of cross zone load balancing? Instead of distributing the load based on availability zone, load balancer distribute the load based on the targets, based on the machines. So in that case, what is the meaning of based on the targets or based on the machine? How many machines we have? 1, 2 and 6 is 8, 9, 10. 10 machines we have. So what it will do, instead of earlier what they were doing, they are dividing 100 with 3, and that's why they are getting 33.33%. Instead of that, now load balancer what they will do, they will divide 100 with 10 and you will get the 10 response. So each machine will have the 10% of the load. So it is not, now load balancer is not working based on the availability zone, it is working based on the EC2 machines. So if you have a 10 machine, it will distribute the 10 request 1111 to each machine, then another 10 to another 1111 part. Understood this cross zone part? To show you where you will get that option. Edit IP address type, no. Edit subnet, you will not get that. Property address, load balancer attributes only you will get. Delete protection, no. WAF, pocket, drop, client, present header. Yeah, this one. Target selection configuration, cross load balancing configuration. Right now it is disabled because it is enabled only. You can disable always on. However, you can turn it off a specific target group using the target group attributes. Okay, so that will be the part of target group attributes. I was looking in the load balancer. So just go and see under the target group, just go and select the attributes. Under this you will get this cross zone load balancing. Just edit that and just remove that, on, off, or this, right? So by default cross zone load balancing is enabled. Load balancer will balance the load as a cross load balancing part, like the target, number of targets, number of machines available, it will distribute the load among them. But if you want to stop that, you can stop it.
So if we stop that, load balancer will count that full availability zone as a one
Yes.
machine, right?
Yes, correct. So only distribute the load based on the availability zones you are attaching behind the load balancer. Okay, now this is one part. Next I want to show you sticky session. Now what is the meaning of sticky session is, see, we have two machines, or let's say three machines, and someone is requesting from outside, like for example Kanchan is requesting, okay, to my website, that is xyz.com. And first time when I requested, I got the response from the first machine. Second time when I requested to this machine, I got response from second machine, and third time from third machine. This is like for the thing which might work backside, but there might be a chances I will like after some time, or after 1 or 2 hour, I am getting response from the same machine, because someone in the middle was requested, and the load balancer redirected that request to second and third machine. So there might be a chances I will get the response from the same machine, but that is not fixed. But I want every time to get the response from first machine only. I don't want response from 2 and 3. I want 1. So we can enable a sticky session option. In that case, under sticky session, Kanchan will always get the response from the first machine, which machine when I was requested first time. Is also another functionality. I don't know why they have implemented, what is the benefit they are getting, but still they have a functionality.
So we basically need the Kanchan's IP address.
No,
That's it.
no, they automatically do that, so no problem with that. So they, that is something like
It's a user, right?
yes, it based on the
So
users.
so like how he will decide like this is the machine. We need some users IP address or
Yeah, some IP or some criteria they store. See, sticky enable. So what they are storing, stickiness allow load balancer to build user session to a specific target. The stickiness type differs based on the type of cookies used. You can use a combination of stickiness type across your target group, or even turn off the stickiness cannot be turned on if the cross zone load balancer is turned off. It's like a kind of see, cross zone balancer has to be enabled, and stickiness type is load balancer generated cookies or application based cookies. See, there are two types. Based on the cookies the load balancer is generating, and based on the application cookies you can do the sticky session. And that is not for all the time, that is for only for the day, 1 day, or I guess maximum 7 days you can get that. You see, if I will fix a machine for every user, there might be a chances that hundreds of the user only getting the sticky session response from first machine, and the other machines are sitting ideal. So there are the limitations. See, for seconds, minutes, and hours and days. It is kind of what I understood is the response. Let me tell you one more concept. See how internet work, how you are getting a response quickly. Sometimes if I have a website and if I have requested to that website first time, I get a response caching. You know about the caching thing, right? Cookies, cachings. So when we request first time, I get a response, for example, in 10 seconds to any website, for example. But the next time when I requested for the same website, I will get within a second, 1 second or 2 seconds. So how this time or the latency is reduced? Because first time when you requested, the server, what they did, you are getting response from the main server. But the second time, how you did, you get the response from the cache. That machine is copied in your cache, in your cache or the web server's cache. So you are getting the second time response from the cache, which is more faster than the main server, and which is near by your uh, location or the geographical area. We will see this kind of caching thing under route 53 when we will learn that how that response and the latency part work. Now how website will get response faster than as compared to other, like directly accessing towards the server. We have a service that is called a content delivery network. We have a CloudFront. These kind of services will work on these caching part only. uh, Understood or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we are done with the load balancer thing, except rule rules part. Okay, so yeah, we can, let's just try, if we have a time for 10 to 15 minutes, let's just try to create one more load balancer, that is network load balance. So under this you will see the same option, nothing much difference. So network load balancer demo NLP. Okay, and see the same thing I'm getting. I'm attaching only these three. The only difference is this. See, there you are getting HTTP and HTTPS. Here you will get the TCP and UDP response, right? I can go and create one target. Here you need to create a different target group instance, and under this HTTP or what type you can here now create. See, network load balancer is for TCP and UDP, but you can redirect your target with HTTP and HTTP also. So that's what we can do. We can attach multiple load balancer and multiple response also, right? NLB can target to application load balancer also. Then after load application load balancer, you can redirect it to your machine. So yeah, just type and demo load balancer, next, next, create. Okay, just refresh, and if you, then you will get this, that is TCP responses, and create load balancer, new load balancer. See, it will look like the same, but the only difference will be the ports backside, how it is processing the TCP response, UDP response, HTTP response, like high network performance you want to do, or visualize with a broader network. So this is kind of the response you will get. See, everything is same except the ports thing, like this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.